I just want to preface again, I'm not saying this snake is worth much. We're just here to figure out how we can make lemonade from very, very sour lemons. So let's keep it going. A&D Changer, baby! Starting out with a rare from the trader, A&D Changer is a level 1 light warrior that has the effect to banish himself from the graveyard to target a monster on the field and change its battle position. It's an ignition effect, so you can't use it on your opponent's turn or during your battle phase where it would be most useful. However, you can still switch a strong monster to defense mode so you can beat over it or vice versa. Good Neos fusion target since that card can just put A&D Changer in the graveyard immediately and then you can use its effect. Nothing too crazy here, just a decent tech card and only a rare in the trader. Harpy Lady 1, you know, it's funny, as of the past 2 weeks or so, I've kind of been liking Harpies a little bit. I'm a sucker for the Neos engine and it's a lot of fun in Harpies, and man, just because people stop playing this deck does not mean it's weak. And that is to say, Harpy Lady 1 is a valuable super rare from the trader. Harpies are actually an affordable deck depending on how you build it, and Harpy Lady 1 being a great egotist target that also boosts your Harpy Lady's attack all in one free-to-play card contributes to that. I'm not saying I love Harpies now or people should play them more. It's like a bird, like seeing one pretty one. It's like, oh cool, bird, but then when there's like 100,000 of them, it's like, oh shit, that's a lot of birds. Wandering King Wildwind, my man. Ultra rare in the regular inventory, he's a level 4 Dark Fiend that can special summon himself if you control a Fiend Tuner with 1500 or less attack. If you attempt this, you can only special summon Synchro monsters from your extra deck for the rest of the turn. Then during your main phase, except the turn he was sent there, Wildwind can banish himself from the grave to add one Fiend Tuner with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. He is the combo piece of Resonators. He can special summon himself when you control them and can directly search them from the deck, which synergizes with the skill too. To say Wildwind is essential in the newly buffed Resonators is a complete understatement. Great card in another fairly affordable deck too. Skullmeister is my dude. I got 4 Prisma copies to prove it. Level 4 Dark Fiend with a respectable 1700 resentment. Super rare in the featured cards. On either turn when a card effect is activated in your opponent's graveyard, you can send Skullmeister to the graveyard to negate the effect. This card is evergreen, which means it will always be useful, and in fact will only get stronger. He's very similar to DD Crow, who is a main box ultra rare exclusive, but you can make the case of Skull being better than Crow. This effect has grown to be useful against almost everything. Really good against Burning Abyss for obvious reasons. It can negate Metal Foe's fusion, the Necroz spells, Liquid Soldier. It's great against Fossil and Phantom Knights. It's a staple for sure, and fair tech play in plenty of things. It's just not always useful. But that's one of those depends on the meta type things, still one of the better cards to pick up from this slime. And lastly, for this part, Thunder Dragon, baby, can discard itself to add either 1 or 2 other copies of Thunder Dragon from your deck to your hand. So what you do is I discard for just 1 other Thunder Dragon, then I discard that one for the next one, then I have 2 light monsters in my graveyard and discard fodder. Very good with certain things, namely its own archetype, occasional funky light sworn builds, and Gandora before it was nerfed. It is a super rare in the regular inventory. Very good if you just really need to turbo out Chaos Dragon Levianeer. Alright, so that's gonna do it for the second part of cards you can obtain for the trader. I think I can finish this up probably just with 1 or 2 more because quite frankly there aren't many good cards in the trader left to talk about. But regardless, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I thank you guys for watching and I will see you in my next video. That's a lot of birds!